If you've encountered an issue involving HTTP status code, you're likely trying to diagnose a problem with a web application, server, or API. These codes are essential tools that provide information about the communication between a client, like a web browser, and a server. Don't worry, I'm here to guide you through understanding and resolving the issue efficiently. Let's start by explaining what an HTTP status code is. These are 3-digit numbers sent by a server in response to a client's request. They fall into categories like informational, 1xx, success, 2xx, redirection, 3x, client errors, 4 or wax, and server errors, 4ixx. For example, a 200 status means everything is okay, while a 404 indicates the requested resource was not found. If you're seeing an error, the first step is to identify the specific HTTP status code. You can do this using your browser's developer tools or by checking server logs. In most cases, your code will fall under the 4x or 5xx categories, as these often indicate problems requiring your attention. For client errors, 4x, the issue might be related to a typo in the URL, missing permissions or incorrect parameters. A common example is the 403 code, which indicates that access to a resource is forbidden. To fix it, ensure the client has proper credentials, or check that the resource permissions are correctly configured. If it's a 404, confirm that the requested resource exists and that the URL is spelled correctly. Server errors, 5xx on the other hand, typically signal a problem on the server side. The 500 code is one of the most generic and indicates a server malfunction. To troubleshoot, review server logs to pinpoint the issue, such as a misconfigured script, database error, or overloaded server, restarting the server, or debugging the specific application. Causing the error can often resolve these problems. To prevent future errors, make sure your server is configured correctly and that you're following best practices for API or web application design. Regularly monitor server logs and test your endpoints to catch issues before they impact users. By staying proactive, you can avoid most situations where an HTTP status code becomes a major obstacle. Remember, these codes are meant to provide clarity about what's happening between a client and server. Understanding their meaning and knowing how to address them will save you time and frustration. If the problem persists or seems beyond your control, consider reaching out to a specialist or your hosting provider for further assistance. Good luck, and I hope this helps you resolve the issue quickly.